Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I have a very special video. I am going to be telling you guys about one of my top 3 favorite bass lures of all time. This lure has actually caught 3 of the biggest bass that I've ever caught in my life, and I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. Now, a little backstory. So the reason that I'm bringing this video to you today is this morning I went fishing. We had a temperature drop. It was a cold front. All year I've been throwing the Z-Man chatterbait, the original, the elite, the cross eyes, and the jackhammer, and then in replacement to that I'd been throwing the swim jig for these similar type of conditions. Well, today I didn't get a bite on the swim jig. I had a jerkbait that I was throwing, didn't get a bite on that, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tie on something I've not done all year. So I reached in to the trout bag. Yes, that's right, the trout bag, and I pulled out one of my absolute favorite lures of all time. This lure means more to me than a lot of lures. Like, I just have history with this lure. And another thing, the nice thing about this lure, guys, is it is made 100% purely in America. Now, the blade was originally designed in France, and it still says made in France on the blade, but trust me, these are crafted and put together and hand painted in Wisconsin. It's family owned, and these lures have been around since the beginning of fishing. But like I said, this is a trout lure, guys, but I'll tell you my secret and how I get it to work for bass instead of it being a trout lure. But it's a lure that we have probably, everyone that's watching this video has thrown at least at some point in their life, whether they were creek fishing as a kid or trout fishing somewhere. So this lure, it is the Mepps Aglia, one of the oldest lures of all time. Like I said, it's been around for absolutely forever. Now, the way that I catch monster largemouth and smallmouth bass on it, though. So with the Mepps, if you go to the store, you're usually not going to find these ones. You're going to need to go to just www.mepps.com. I'm not sponsored by them, anything like that. It's just, like I said, this is like a secret sauce that I'm giving you guys today, because I don't tell anybody about this, because nobody's going to pick these up when they're going bass fishing. Like, this is just not the first style you go to unless you know. Now, there's a lot of people that may be watching this video that already know that these wreck fish, and they don't just catch trout. But what I do is I go straight to the website, like I just gave you guys, www.mepps.com, and I will order the size 4 and the size 5 in these. You see that? It's got a bigger blade on it than the smaller 3 and the 2 and the 1 that they sell for trout fishing in Walmart. These are actually for steelhead and salmon, but I use them for bass. And as you guys saw in the intro there, that big smallie I caught, and then as well as after I get done talking about this, I'm including catches on the Mepps, some of my biggest bass ever. So make sure you stay tuned through this, and then you'll actually see how I work these and how I actually catch bass. I have evidence that they catch big bass, and I'm going to be showing you guys. But so that one is the size 4 in the hot pink and the chartreuse. And once I show you a couple of these, I'll tell you guys about how I work it, and then we'll kick over to the videos, and so you guys can see me wrecking fish. But so then my favorite one, though, is the size 5, which is the bigger. You see how big that blade is? And these are spinner baits, but they're what's called an inline spinner. But that's the big size 5. That's also in the hot pink and chartreuse. I use that to imitate perch. We have a lot of perch in our waters where I'm at. I'm here in western Pennsylvania, and then I fish in West Virginia a lot. So I'm a northeastern angler, and we have a lot of yellow perch. So that, and then also the size 5 in the yellow perch color, they just absolutely smoke these. And then this one is a size 5 in the rainbow trout. This is actually the Aglia bait series that they just came out with last year, and I actually have 2 of those exact same ones almost. That's the rainbow, or excuse me, that's the rainbow trout one, and then this is the bluegill. So all of them I have are the actual style and color of the bait fish that I have floating around, and then I have another one of the big size 5s, and I want you guys to see that blade. If I can get it flipped around here for you. But this blade, you see the way that blade looks? It don't get like that from just sitting in my tackle box. That's from catching multiple fish. This one actually is one that I used when I, in my monster largemouth bass video that tried to pull me under the boat. This is the actual lure from that video. So guys, when I'm working a Mepps, I use it basically like I'm using a chatterbait or a swim jig. You can cast it shallow, reel it. I just do about a medium crank. What you want to do is you'll feel, as soon as you feel that blade start turning, you just want to go about that crank, because it'll stay up in the water column. But then in the summertime, so initially if you're working around cover and need shallow, you can work it shallow. That's one of the big things. It is a very, very versatile bait. You can go deep or shallow with it. So I've caught some big bass shallow with it, but also I've caught big bass basically deep cranking with it because it'll stay down in the column with these bigger blades. But like I said, so I'll work it around lily pads. That's actually how I caught that big smallmouth bass, is I was working it around lily pads and I smacked him, and that was just as soon as it hit the water, I just started medium cranking until that blade started spinning. And then the other one that I'm going to show in the video is I cast it out off this point way out, kind of in between this spillway, this point, but it was a deep pocket, and I let it sink down for maybe 10-15 seconds, and then I got a real quick crank. As soon as I started reeling, I cranked it really fast just so where I could get that blade, maybe to make it vibrate just that little bit extra, and then I slowed it down to medium crank, and as soon as I went down to medium crank, that changed. That big bass smoked it. So, and the hooks are really good on these, so once you get a hook of bass, they usually stay pegged on the Meps. Like I said, guys, it's one of my absolute favorite lures of all time. The company's great. Go to the website and order these because, like I said, you're not usually going to find them in Walmart or Tackle Warehouse, anywhere like that. You'll find the smaller sizes, but you won't find these big steelhead sizes. So, I mean, I really, just trust me on the Meps. It catches big fish, and I'm about to show you guys evidence. But thank you for listening to my video on the Meps today. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Thank you, as always, for subscribing, and enjoy these big fish catches, guys. That smally's a tank, and this largey's a tank, and I just hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope these tips really help you guys catch more fish and bigger fish. I'm Tyler, All My Larry Fishing. Oh my. Stay down, bub. Stay down, bub. Yeah, baby. Yes. Meps got him pegged. Oh, 4-pounder all day. The Meps, baby. Yes. Tankville, Tennessee, and Preston County, West Virginia. Tankville. Look at him. Tankville. Oh, this is the biggest largie I've ever caught out of here. Tank. Freaking tank. All day. Oh, you're beautiful, bub. Look at that belly. Oh, look at that belly. Oh. See you later, big guy. That's what we're talking about. Meps. The Meps. Aglia number 5, baby. Chartreuse and hot pink. Woo! Oh, we got us one. We got us a nice one. Or nicer one anyway. Oh, he's a nice one. He's a nice one. Right over here at the bank. You come here, big man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big old boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, monster.
big old guy. Oh my God. Look at you. Look at you. You're a big head fish. You're a big old girl. Look at you. Oh. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, thank you, big guy. Thank you. Thank you. Woo!